Westworld Season 4 finale, simulations within simulations. We're going to talk about it. Spoilers up ahead. Welcome back to AsArt. My name is Nick. Today we're talking about the season finale of Westworld. I'm just going to do a quick little overview, and then I'm going to bring on some guests like I do normally. We're going to talk about it, break it down in depth. We cover tons of other shows from HBO Max, Raised by Wolf, hashtag save Raised by Wolves, to shows even like Severance on Apple, to tons of other stuff. Go to AsArt.space for all the audio video links and fun, cool, geeky shirts. So now let's jump into it. So it's a simulation within a simulation, that what we got at the ending, because now Dolores is going to recreate Westworld to run a simulation to determine the correct path for everyone to be happy and live in the world together. So she recreates Westworld again. So it just goes back to the same story loop over and over again. And I think I commented on this on a previous video where it's like the only story she knows, she's like, let's create a new story. Oh, let's create a story about a girl. It's like she only seems to know what she's already retained, and which has been all of the visitors in the park to the host in the park. So she only knows what she knows, and then from that I guess she's going to create a simulation. But is this a simulation of another simulation of someone, like maybe even Bernard running a simulation to see what the outcome could be? Anyways, yeah, I'm a little lost and confused, but the episode ends again with almost a mirror of the first episode of Westworld entering the park. You see the train, and the train cuts, and then you see the old town and everything, which I believe is still there. I don't know if that's Paramount Ranch. I think the first original Westworld where Anthony Hopkins' character Ford did all of the tests, I think that was Paramount Ranch, which sadly burnt down in a fire. And I believe that is so I believe this Westworld could still be intact. But I don't know, because at the end they did the virtual reality like panel screens, so there's no green screens. They just use a panel for the backdrop, which looked really good in this episode. The VFX looked good. HBO Max always does a good job with the visuals and stuff, so everything looked good visually. There was a lot of nice tie-ins though, like we got the follow-up with Bernard and the gun, which was really cool, to Christine Hale's character finally just getting her final, she's able to destroy herself, something that she's just upgraded her body. She destroyed herself. She destroyed the Man in Black. Bernard's dead. Stubbs is dead. All the characters are practically dead. And are they dead though? That we'll probably see them all again, because Dolores will probably bring them all back in her simulation of creating the perfect world, which is so Matrix vibes, isn't it? It's like a recreation of the world that they knew. Like, obviously this whole season you got a lot of Matrix vibes. Even in the past seasons you got Matrix vibes, but it's like she is literally Neo, where she creates the world and could interact with the world and sees the code and all that stuff. And now she's creating the first Matrix almost. I want to say, but I'm curious what's going to happen with the Outsiders. Are the Outsiders going to become Zion, and then they're going to try to break in to destroy the simulation, or what? I don't know, but let's see where it goes from here. I know the viewership hasn't been as strong as viewership has in the past. For me, this is not the best season. The first season's still the best season of Westworld. It's better than the other two, season 2 and 3, but it's only because it holds some of the cool Westworld like twists and nods and like what's real, what isn't real. I think even Dolores, I remember in the first episode, it was like, you're not real. And in this season, or not in the first episode, I think the first season, a character comes up to Dolores, I think, and he's like, you're not real, and we kind of got that again this season. We got a lot of the cool Man in Black stuff to even the park stuff. So I think that's why this season did a little better than season 2 and 3. Visually it looked good. I mean, I can't say enough for the VFX artists that worked on this. Good job, guys. Incredible good work. But I wasn't a fan of this last episode's pacing. I don't know if it was the editing. There's a lot of like cuts to black, and I didn't know if they were needed for the commercials, but no, for the dramatic pauses of like what's going to happen next. And that first half of the season was so slow and building, and then I just kind of felt like they rushed the ending. Like they really rushed the ending. I don't care really if we get another season. Like, it would be nice. I would kind of want other shows with new original ideas to come out and stuff like that. If HBO Max's budget's already getting lower and smaller, and they're getting rid of other shows and stuff like that, I would like maybe a new show with a fresh idea. That, I mean, it would be cool to get more Raised by Wolves, because there was a lot of cool cliffhangers and stuff where I feel like Westworld's kind of just doing the same story over and over again now. It's like not really progressing. I mean, this one did a little bit more, but it just feels like it's stale and kind of in a rut. And I guess if they have one more season to finish it, but it's just going to be a simulation. As you can tell, I'm torn. One thing that was also cool too, one thing that was really cool is it took a lot from previous seasons. I'm sorry. It's very much like the beginning of season 2, where everyone's just like wipe out, shooting each other, like everyone's surviving kind of thing. And it was very video game-esque too, right? Like everyone dies kind of thing. You got the sniper coming down. Like it was fun. It was also fun seeing some old characters from Westworld 2 coming back. And and I was not a fan of the fight sequence with Stubbs and Caleb and Frankie and Clementine. Like that whole fight sequence, I thought was kind of lame that Stubbs just went out so quickly like that. And wasn't necessary to lie about the bullet thing. Could have just shot her right then and there. I just have some torn feelings about that whole situation. It was just weird that they set it up like that way. It should have just been a one shot and you're done kind of thing, and just move the story along. That wasn't even like really necessary, but I get it. It's to set up that they're going to be survivors outside of this Matrix world, or Westworld recreated again. So it's a setup of just knowing that there is a community out there and they're trying to tap into it, which is so Matrix, right? It's like they're always searching for Zion to know, where is this Zion? It's like you have all this technology, you can't just heat sensor something. Anyways, but maybe they're going to destroy the clouds and they're going to have to go underground to Zion. Who knows? Maybe they'll go there. I don't know. The music was good in this. I really liked hearing the original Westworld theme overlaid through a couple of the scenes with the characters and stuff like that. I thought it was cool that the visual, once Teddy is revealed that it's a creation of Dolores's mind, the visuals is very similar to her storytelling visuals. I just thought that's a really good job with the VFX stuff, connecting stuff. And I guess Dolores was there all along. I'm a little confused by that still. Maybe when I talk about it with someone else, it can make more sense to me, because right now I'm really confused about certain choices they made and where they were going with it. But the writers are probably a lot smarter than I am. They probably understand the bigger scope of where they're going for season 5 too. So to me, it's not making sense right now, but if there is a season 5, if it does get renewed, and if we do see it, it'll probably make more sense. But we will be covering it here at AsArt, so subscribe to stay updated. Go to asart.space for all the audio video links. You guys had some really funny comments about the swimsuit, because Brittany brought up in the last episode, like, I thought it was weird she went into the tub with the swimsuit. I loved your guys' comments on that, and totally agree with you guys. The swimsuit threw me off too, but I guess she wore it because people/Teddy were going to find her a drowned body. It would be weird too if she had all her clothes off and stuff, and if her whole goal is to kill herself, it doesn't matter if you're going to it was just, but anyways, yes, that was one of the ones. I can't pronounce that. I'm just going to put it up here, but you said you're right, Caleb's daughter's story is not as compelling. It doesn't make me feel. It kind of got that even in this episode a little bit. It is there, but everything just felt so forced and rushed, and it's just like, oh hey, we're back together, and then they're just limping along, and then he leaves her at the dock. Na hey, goodbye. Bobby, thank you, great review, thank you. We try. I don't know if it's great, but we do try. And the history erase button. Yes, the showrunners early on said that Christine was a human, which makes no sense. I know I think they were just trying to throw us off the scent, which they do with trailers for like the Avengers stuff. Like the Hulk is in the trailer, and then he's not in the movie kind of thing, and funny stuff like that. And then Avengers in Portland, thank you so much. The Nirvana song, Man Who Sold the World. Yes, you commented, Nirvana has a cover of Man Who Sold the World on the Unplug in New York album. And yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of when I was like, I heard them sing this version before. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your comments. Subscribe to stay updated to all of our videos. We're also covering Primal right now, which is on HBO Max. And then me and Kyle are coming back to do House of Dragons on HBO. So we're going into the Game of Thrones world again. And also we're going to be covering the Lord of the Rings series here with Kyle too. So he's super nerdy and he's an amazing writer and artist and all that stuff. So it's great to have his opinion back. He's back. He's all set up. We're ready to go. And we'll see you on the next AsArt.